Hey guys, welcome to my gaming review series. As a Souls-like veteran, I've played everything from Dark Souls 1 to more modern titles like Kazan, and today I want to dive into Wuchang Fallen Feathers. This is a brand new title from a Chinese developer that was out last month, and honestly, it's a banger. This game is basically if Sekiro and Black Myth Wukong had a baby, and then that baby was allergic to forgiveness. Wuchang is your classic Souls-like formula with a few modern twists. The world is a dark fantasy deeply rooted in Chinese mythology, and every area is dripping with atmosphere, and there's a really good amount of enemy variety. In terms of difficulty, I would rank this game somewhere between Black Myth Wukong and Sekiro. It's definitely more challenging than Wukong, especially towards the end, but with the right build and items, it's not as challenging or doesn't require the mastery of a game like Sekiro Shadows Die Twice. In my entire playthrough, I think there was only one boss that took me more than 10 attempts. Okay, no spoilers, but essentially the story follows the Chinese pirate Wuchang, the character, who has lost her memory and is suffering from a strange condition known as feathering, which is essentially turning all these people in ancient China into these weird, bird-like avian creatures. In classic Souls-like fashion, you're going to piece the story together as you talk to NPCs and discover items. It's not laid out for you. In my opinion, the story is the weakest part of the game. It's not bad, but it's not mind-blowing either. It's a pretty simple, basic story, but for most of us, we don't play these games for the story. We play these games for the combat, and combat in Wuchang is fantastic. There's 6 different weapon types and one that's totally dedicated to magic if that's your thing. Each of these weapon types have a unique mechanic that entirely changes your playstyle throughout the game. So for example, in my first playthrough I chose the longsword, and you're going to rely heavily on deflects with this. It's going to be a parry, Sekiro focused kind of counter-based attack. Whereas if you choose the dual blades, it's going to be a totally different mechanic called Clash, which is essentially Monster Hunter's hyper armor. So the more aggressive you are during your attacks, the more armor you get and you take less damage. So each encounter is actually designed around a different weapon type, and the game encourages you to try out these different weapon types and play with your playstyles. Wuchang also has the largest skill tree that I've ever seen in any Souls-like game. There's tons of room for customization, there's so many different skills, and the best part is that you can respec anything on this tree at any time for free. So this means that you can experiment mid-playthrough, and if you do get stuck on a boss or an encounter, you can just completely overhaul your build and try a different weapon without any fear of locking yourself into that certain playstyle. But it's the boss design where this game really shines. The boss design in Wuchang is peak, some of the best in the genre. While the first few bosses are on the easier side, there's not a single bad fight here. All the bosses draw clear inspiration from titles like Bloodborne, Dark Souls, and Sekiro, and every encounter felt really balanced. The only warning is that boss number 6, about midway through, is a massive skill check in a wall. From there, the difficulty of the game does have a big spike, but if you push through, the rest of the boss roster is just nothing but reward. Overall, I'm giving this a solid 8.5 out of 10, and I would highly recommend it to anyone who enjoys Souls-likes. Let me know in the comments what other games you guys want me to review, and I'll give them a shot.